Welcome back to Media Week. Let's take a check of the media sector's performance on the share market this week. We're joined by Evan Lucas, who's with us from IG. Evan, the online job site Seek, those shares, we were just checking today, they're up more than 100% over the past 12 months. What's it had to say at its AGM? Because it seems to have had a very good reception.
They certainly have, and they actually hit a record all-time high today on the results today. Really good news to see what's going on at Seek, and that is that their domestic part of their business looks like probably beating their expectations in FY14. They reaffirm for the whole group, such the international arm, also the education arm, at what they have with FY14. So that's an EBITDA of roughly around about just shy of 100 million. They're looking at net profit coming in around about 160 million. And all that is spelled into why we're seeing them have such a good run. They're up 88% year to date, and as you alluded to, just on 100% over the last 12 months. There's also talk that they could spin out some of their education arm, the IDP, which is the International Development Program, basically places students overseas. They could actually spin that off in an IPO, and what also will make sort of investors quite happy out of that is that they're either going to reinvest that into the business and continue to expand the areas that they are seeing growth, and that's particularly in Canada and the US, and or actually sending money back to shareholders. So that's also probably why you're seeing a little bit of excitement in the stock. All in all, fantastic little story. It continues to move right. They've got all the advertisement dollars coming in the areas that they want. They're also seeing the economy grow, and they're getting that sort of growth on the other side on the actual job advertisement as well. So very nice little story. It's why Seek has done so well and why we're at an all-time high today.
And Evan, just a quick check-up on the build-up to the Nine Entertainment IPO. What's the latest you're hearing?
Yeah, look, the energy in Nine is certainly building up. We here obviously have a grey market. We're watching it very closely. Currently sitting at $2.22.5, and it had been as high as $2.50. But a lot of people are talking about the fact we've seen the Ashes being quite good. The numbers in terms of viewer screens has been very, very strong, and also the fact that Australia won is certainly making Nine a little bit more appealing for people. They expect advertising dollars over the summer period to be actually a little bit stronger than expected because of those results, and all of that is getting that IPO quite excited. So just on 2 weeks away, Thursday the 12th of December, does look like it will get away quite strongly, and considering the IPO market has had a very good year, you would probably expect Nine to follow suit.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Evan. Great of you to check in with us.
Thanks, Brooke.
Thanks, Evan Lucas there from IG. And also a new global media agency network is opening in Australia. So let's return to Media Week's James Manning. James, Havas Media launching here this week. Who's in charge?
Yeah, a bit of competition for our former guest. Mike Wilson's going to be running, ex-boss or ex-chairman of Naked Communications here. So they've started up this week. First clients include LG and Emirates, both global brands, of course.
Now, what about the V8 supercars news? I've seen kind of reports around that there might be some kind of possible buyback of the sport.
Yeah, look, back in
private equity.
2011, the couple of the owners sold out. I think they sold about 60% of the company to, I think it was Archer Capital, something like $300 million. The teams were owners as well. The teams still own about 40%. There's some chat the teams might want to buy out the private equity people and get back into the game. So they think the outlook's pretty good.
We're jumping around a little bit, but I just want to ask about this Australian production company that won an Emmy this week. Tell us about this.
CJZ, Cordell Jigsaw Zapruder, yes. They won for that SBS series, Go Back to Where You Came From. Yeah. There's been two series of that. Interestingly enough, the channel hasn't commissioned a third series yet. They're still sort of negotiating about it. So it's going to be a little bit harder, perhaps, to say no to an Emmy-winning format.
We've got, I think, just a month ago before the end of the year, it seems to be creeping up all too quickly. We're already starting to see some of the awards shows preparing for the new year. Who's up first and who's getting ready?
Yeah, the actors are going to start off again. That's the Australian sort of, Academy Awards, if you like. They have a luncheon for television awards, then an evening event for movie awards. They've been in a bit of financial strife, but it seems to be going ahead next year. Patrick Bramill's going to host the actors are going to host the luncheon. Then the Astros, seems only yesterday they were on, Brooke.
Actually.
Well, there was yesterday because they're moving them earlier this year. So it's going to be in March. Nominations close this week. So I hope you've got yours in.
I think there's a few going in for Sky News. Fingers crossed for everyone. We should mention, as though, as the year draws to a close, you've actually had some of the radio hosts who are leaving already finish up. Do we know about all the replacements? Is that all set for the new year?
No, we're still, I've spoken to some of the people at Southern Cross Austereo and Australian Radio Network. They say they're all still in negotiations. It's like a big chessboard, people moving around. But one we did hear this week is David Penberthy, the former editor of the Daily Telegraph, now the editor at the Sunday Mail, is going to 5AA Breakfast. He'll be one of 3 Dupree on the team there is giving up the editorship of the Sunday Mail, but we'll still see a column from him nationally in News Limited on Sundays. There should be a fair bit of radio news in the next 2 weeks, I think.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask. Is there any kind of urgency to fill the spots? Are you sensing that they've got to try and do it before Christmas?
No, they just want to, you know, because, I mean, money's tight for starters. No one's getting the sort of deals they formerly got. You know, whether you're an existing presenter doing well or a person moving channels, you just can't, you know, can't get the money that you used to get in radio. So that's something that's slowing it all up. Some people are still under contract. Those contracts run out at the end of this year. There's non-compete clauses to consider, so there's a lot of fine-tuning to do.
A lot of jostling. Thank you very much. Great to see you, James.
Likewise.
James Manning here for Media Week. That's all we've got time for this week. Thanks so much for your company.